By the time I am done with 100 level first semester, the school automatically expects me to be able to listen very effectively without having issues, no matter the kind of thing I am listening to, whether I'm listening to a lecture or just a chat in the market square or anywhere. I should be able to, switch intelligently in my mode of listening, where I'm supposed to listen with full concentration, as you know, where I just need to listen superficially, as you know. So that is the whole purpose of GS101. Now, this is the second part of GS101. This is GS102. But before then, let me ask us this simple question. Has GS101 impacted you in any way? Maybe in the way you were listening and reading before? Have you adjusted to some things based on the knowledge you gained from GS101, or you only went through the material just to pass your exams? So that is an open question. Anybody can answer. I need 2 to 3 people to respond to that. What did you learn from GS101? Because this is the continuation of the course. You cannot ignore 101. Yes, anybody, or I should call names? Is there nobody? So none of you did GS101. Alvin, did you do GS101? Bolale, Uzoma, you guys should talk. Fevito is here too. Did you do GS101? What did you learn from it? I've already given you the summary.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, you're welcome. Please
Like
introduce yourself before you talk. I'm sorry, before you contribute to the question.
okay, my name is I'm Favito. You can just address me as Favito. So the 100 level for semester, which was GST 101, talked about, it was about listening comprehension.
Okay.
And I think reading too was there, or I don't know, maybe jotting down or something like that. So we listened to comprehension.
Thank you. You still remember that important point.
So
We
that's it.
listen to comprehend, and we comprehend what we listen to. Another word for comprehension is understanding. To comprehend means to understand. So another person, thank you for that, Fivito. Another person, what did you learn in GS101? The reason why we can't ignore GS101 completely is that when you want to sit for this exam, you should learn something about continuous courses. Let me expose something to you now so that you learn how to prepare. There are any course that you see that is having 1 and 2. Don't expect that when you want to write the exam of the second one, like now you know you've written GS101, you think you are done with it completely. By the time you want to write GS102 exam, you meet questions of GS101 inside. The reason why they do it like that is that they believe that the course is just one single course. The only reason why they have to ration it into 2 different semesters is that you can't finish everything in 1 semester. So if they are to set questions now in your GS102, you will find out that some questions are from GS101. So if you have totally ignored GS101, you will find GS102 very hard to pass. That is just some hints for you. So another person, what did you learn in GS101? Or is it only Fevito that did GS101 in first semester?
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Shame on the guys, though.
Yeah, I remember I remember we did what's it called? Note taking and note making, the difference between the
Thank
two.
you. God bless you. The difference between note
Note
taking
taking,
and so what is the difference? What can you remember about the difference?
note taking, that is the one when we are listening to lecture,
Okay.
and notes making, that is the one when we are reading on our own and we jot
Yes,
something
when you
down
are making it.
on our own.
Thank you. That is absolutely correct. Then one last thing, somebody should contribute another thing. Somebody have mentioned we listen to comprehend and we comprehend what we listen to. That is under listening and comprehension. Someone has mentioned note taking and note making. That is under reading. There are other things. We learned about reading speed in that same material. So there are so many things we learned about. It shouldn't be only these two things that we are going to have as contribution. I want a guy to contribute, then we'll move on. Just one more person, but a guy. And if a lady should contribute again, talk. Guys, more than no talk to finish this class.
I think we talk about essay writing too,
Ah,
descriptive
it
essay
is well.
narrative.
Guys, boys and guys and men, are you guys in this meeting? Thank you, ma. Essay writing. Yes, that was part of it. They touch different type of essays that we have, like the narrative that we said is all about storytelling. Is that not so? We talked about the expository, the descriptive essay, and so on and so forth. Please, I will give you one last hint about preparing for this second part of the course. Make sure you don't totally ignore just 101. And moreover, everything you learned in just 101 is a foundation for you, even your daily living, your daily, relations with people. Those things are things you will need. And let me also tell you, the skill is very important for you when you enter 300 level, that you'll be writing pen and paper. Sorry, pen on paper. That time, all these skills that they are teaching you, listening, reading, writing, and everything, you will need them in answering questions in your 300 level and above. So don't throw any course material away. Having said that, I think we can come into this new course now. The second part of the use of English and communication skills. So this one is 2. The one you did last semester is 1. Just like I summarized GS101 at the beginning for you, I also tell you what this one too is all about. For GS101, it was about listening and reading. So we did so many things under listening and so many things under reading. For GS102, they want to teach you how to write. That is all you are concerned about. So which means the use of English entirely, both 1 and 2, is meant to expose you to 3 different skills. First, listening. Second, reading. Thirdly, writing. It means if you have successfully gone through just 101 and 102, you should be a good listener, you should be a good reader, you should be a good writer. Please, this particular course is in fact, is should I say, the foundation of every other course you will do in now. Because the time will come where you need to be writing, answering questions that they will need your opinion. You need to know how to arrange your point, not just answering questions just haphazardly as if there is no order. You must be logical in your arrangement. That is what makes you. If you see the difference between using an AI to answer a question and maybe a random human that answers the question, is that AI knows the rules. You have to, if you have 5 points you want to make, you have to arrange those points, whether you are going to choose them in order of the most important, then the less important, then the lesser important, and so on and so forth. Or you start from the least important to the most important, but you cannot just pick 1 point here, then jump into the next point without order. All of those things are what you are going to learn. In fact, after going through this course, you are meant to be able to write, in fact, as accurately as AI would have written any topic or any essay. So if you are to develop any topic, you will develop it so professionally that people will almost want to doubt if it's a machine that wrote that essay. That is if you truly go to the course. Because I know some of you, all you just want to do is pass the course and get out, not to concern you with. So enough of talking and talking. Let's go to the main thing. We are concerned this evening with paragraph, writing paragraphs. And what we are going to deal with this evening particularly is topic sentence and coherence. If you remember, there was a line in your Gst101 that talked about coherence. Who still remember what was said about coherence in Gst101? This coherence, what was said about it in your Gst101? Someone should remind us before we move on into today's topic. What does it mean in writing? Okay. Nobody is here now. Let me not waste our time with that. We will still learn it here. In fact, this is the place you are going to learn it fully. They just mentioned it in your Gst101. So if you can't remember, no problem. So under this module, we have things like writing paragraphs, the topic sentence and coherence, the importance of the topic sentence and coherence in writing paragraphs. That is what we are going to do. We have things like development of paragraphs, how to develop paragraphs. We have several methods of developing paragraphs. You can develop a paragraph using illustration. You can develop a paragraph using description. Well, the type of method of developing your paragraph or developing a paragraph that you adopt is dependent on the nature of the topic. So if your topic is a kind of topic that I want to compare and contrast now, or kind of want to show the superiority of something over another one, you may be using comparison there to develop that kind of topic. So the nature of your topic is what will determine the type of development method you will use. So we have cause and effect, of course, and definitions. You can write a paragraph as a definition. Then we are going to enter letters, the formal letters, the stylistic forms, and the essential part. And then the formal letters, the complaint and request. How to write a complaint letter. Most of you think like if you, for instance, you got something from a company and instead of them to deliver what you actually ordered for, they sent something else or the goods were damaged and now you want to lay complaint, you now start using very, very strong and abusive word to write your complaint. You will learn how to write complaint in this particular course. That is not, it's not just you pouring out your mind in anger and wrath and cursing their manager and director and everything. That is not the proper way of doing it. You learn the right way of writing a complaint letter in this course and also a request in this course. And even you will learn how to write a memo. You can see the way the school circulate a memo. If there is any new update in the school system, they are going to write a circular in form of a memo. They send it to all student groups. You will learn how to write that too. All we just want you to know is that at the end of this course, you should be able to write any form of writing, any style of writing, whether organizational writing, just freestyle writing, any type of writing at all. So let's move straight to what we are concerned about today. Writing paragraphs, the topic sentence and coherence. Please, I'll ask us this question, and if I don't get an answer, we'll end the class here. What do you know about the topic sentence before now? What do you know about the topic sentence? Or what do you know about a paragraph? What is a paragraph? Don't go and check AI. You yourself, what do you know about a paragraph? Yes, I'll need like 2 people to respond to that. Must I always call names like this? Any 2 people. What is a paragraph? in your own knowledge. You don't need to be correct in your own knowledge. What do you know a paragraph to mean? Mr. Michael,
Um, yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Michael. So regarding your question, what a paragraph is, I'll say a paragraph is a compilation of sentences talking about a single thing, and paragraphs help organize ideas, make things easier when you're reading.
That is very correct. Thank you, sir. Is a group of sentences arranged logically to just to relate an idea. In fact, that is a very good one. Is it Titi Lola or Titi Lope? Oluwole, please, can you say something on paragraph?
Um, that's what I want to say. They said it all. A paragraph is a
Ah,
sentence
that is what you want to say. Oh yeah, say your own. Say it in your own way.
group of well, I mean sentence that are group, but they have main ideas. I don't
All
know how
right.
to put it
Thank
better.
you.
I
At
think I
least, in fact, I'm even glad that you guys are able to say something that looks or sounds professional. All right, so we can go on now. Before we move to paragraph and start reading the material, let me just tell you something. Paragraph is like, if you want to build a house, you are going to be joining blocks together to form the house. There are so many things you are going to use, like that mortar that they use, the mixture of cement and whatever that they use to hold the blocks together. That one is there. But consider paragraph in a piece of writing. Consider it as the block. Use that one to hold it now. That is the block that you join together, and before you know, the building is standing. So each block there is very important. If you should move like 10, 15 blocks from a building, you know what might happen to the building. So that is the work of paragraph. They are like blocks, but each of the block is having a unique purpose it is serving in that structure. Now, what are the things you should know about paragraph even before we start reading? You should know that every paragraph, if you are jotting down, you should jot this one because questions are already coming out now. Some of those things they ask questions on. Every paragraph is meant to relate just one idea. For instance, you want to talk about how to prepare pounded yam. There are so many things you would like to talk about, like sourcing for the ingredients in the market. That is one idea. Getting your ingredients ready in your kitchen, that's another idea. Then the process, that is another idea. Then even after completing the pounded yam, maybe serving it or preserving it, that's another idea. If you want to write that kind of essay or that kind of topic, you should not put everything, the sourcing of material, the preparation, the process, and the serving or preservation. All of them should not be inside one single paragraph. It will weary out whoever is reading it. From the look, as the person is just looking at it like this, the person is tired. Imagine this whole material now to now be in one single paragraph. They do not break it into sections, into divisions, into subheadings, and you get tired because you don't even know where you are or where you started from or where you are going. Everything is just going on a straight line. That is very wrong. So what paragraph does is that paragraph helps us to create logical moves. So I want to tell someone how to prepare pounded yam. So I have 4 ideas I want to relate. My paragraph 1 will carry how to source for material. So everything I will discuss in that paragraph 1 will only be how to source material. I will not join how to prepare it in that paragraph. So the most important thing you should bear in mind is that a paragraph contains only one idea. One paragraph, one idea. Very important. That is the first thing you should know about paragraph. It should be one paragraph, one idea, not one paragraph, two ideas or more. Just one idea. So once you are done writing in your paragraph 1 how to source for the ingredient, then your paragraph 2 can talk about preparing the ingredients you just bought from the market. In discussing that one too, you should not talk about processing the ingredient, because all you are doing in that paragraph is just to create a picture for whoever is reading it, that after getting these ingredients from the market, you still need to wash them, you need to peel them, you need to do this, so that is what you will talk about in that paragraph. Then the paragraph that talks about processing, which is like cutting your yam, washing it on, putting your yam on fire, pounding the yam when the yam is done, setting your time for the duration where the yam will be done. All those ones is just process. So everything you talk in that paragraph should only be on processing the yam into pounded yam. It should not talk about preserving it or talk about buying something from market. So in that way, you are writing the essay like a professional. But if there are no paragraphs, it will not be possible. Everything will just be joined together, and then whoever is reading it will get tired and even dump the book and say, I'm not sure I can understand this book. So that is work of paragraph. But there is something that is very important in paragraphs. We call that a topic sentence. Every paragraph is held by a topic sentence. Just like, that, I don't know if we have people that are into bricklaying here that knows, I don't know whether it's mortar they call it or something. That mixture of cement and sand that they use to hold blocks together when they are building houses. Now, that is the work a topic sentence is serving in a paragraph. Now, in a paragraph too, you can only have one topic sentence. You cannot have two topic sentences in a paragraph, and we are going to talk about it when we get there. I'm just giving you an introduction into the topic. So one paragraph, one idea, and one topic sentence. But your topic sentence can be anywhere in your paragraph. You can start your paragraph with your topic sentence, and that topic sentence is one single statement that shows the main reason or the main idea that you want to pass in that paragraph. Every other thing you'll be saying in the paragraph will just be explanation, maybe giving examples or addition. But there is one single sentence that you will make that summarizes the whole idea that you are passing in that paragraph. That is the topic sentence. That is the work of the topic sentence. It can be in several locations in your paragraph. It may be at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. Those are the three locations a topic sentence can be in a paragraph. It can be at the beginning of the paragraph, in the middle, or at the end. The easiest one is to place it at the beginning, and that is the most common one. Most of the paragraphs you'll be reading, you'll see most of them, the topic sentence was placed at the beginning. It is very, very hard to place it in the middle. Only professional writers knows how to place the topic sentence in the middle. At the end also, it's not that hard, because all you need to do is, you would have been talking about examples. You may enter with describing what you want to talk about, blah, 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 give examples. Then at the end, you now mention the main thing that you are talking about. That is how to place it at the end. At the beginning, you just start it. You just start the paragraph with that topic sentence. The main thing you want to talk about, you dish it out first, then you now start explaining it. That is placing it at the beginning. Now we have been talking. Let's look at the material. What is here? I want someone to read the introduction for us. All I've said now, the summary of what I've said is just all you'll be doing in this particular unit. It's as simple as that. Once you know it, it's stuck in your head. So I think today is Operation Calling Names. If you don't call names, nobody will talk. This person that is looking fine in mannequin or something, what's the name? Madam Blessing. Please read the introduction for us. Okonko. I hope I called it well. Sorry.
It is Okokwa, sir.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Please, the introduction.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good evening, rather.
You're welcome.
Okay, the introduction says like this. Most pieces of writing require more than one paragraph. Mastering the art of writing in paragraph is essential to success in any form of writing, whether it is a letter, a report, or a news article. Since all longer pieces contain a series of related paragraphs, in these longer pieces of writing, paragraphs generally introduce new ideas to develop the central theme. The division into paragraph also prevents boredom as it provides a physical break on the page. In units 1 and 2, we shall offer you some guidance in writing single paragraphs. In unit 1, we shall discuss the organization of paragraphs and the elements that makes a good paragraph. After you have developed your skills in paragraph writing, you will be able to use paragraphs successfully in order to write a longer composition. To help you understand the paragraph given as example, we have provided a glossary at the end of each paragraph as well as question on reading comprehension and vocabulary. You should try to answer all these questions as they will help you understand the paragraphs. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma. So you are
You're
going to
welcome.
teach us on that. Just pick 1 or 2 points from that introduction.
Sorry.
1 or 2 points. Should I scroll back so you see what you've read? Just talk on 1 or 2 points there.
I'm sorry, sir. I just joined though.
I know you are the one that read it. It's what you read I say you should talk about. This is a point you can talk about. I've highlighted one for you.
Okay, sir.
So,
I've mentioned this earlier, but I just want you to see. The division into paragraphs also prevents boredom as it provides a physical break on the page. So what can you say on that one?
The division into paragraph also prevents boredom as it provides.
What will happen if all these things you've read now, they are not in paragraphs? You know what I mean by paragraph? This is paragraph 1.
Yes, sir.
Introduction. This is paragraph 2. But if you read each of them through, you will notice that it is different thing they are talking about. From here to this place, past just one single idea. From this place to this place, they talked about another idea, and this is also a continuation. So this introduction, now let's start from that. This introduction is how many paragraphs? The introduction here is how many paragraphs? Victor is raising up her hands.
3.
That is
1.
3. No. Check it.
1, 2, 3.
No.
Please, can you scroll up, sir?
No. It's not 3.
Okay.
It's not 3 paragraphs. Victor, you want to say something? The floor is yours.
hey, about the points you highlighted the other time.
Yes.
Where is it says?
Say it. This is it.
The division into
Okay.
paragraph also prevents
Perhaps
boredom.
also prevents boredom. So, like you said earlier, that paragraph, like the meaning of that paragraph or the main purpose of paragraphs is to pinpoint to make the main ideas known So imagine just writing notes without, like, just joining everything together without some paragraphs. You get bored initially, but when, at least when it is divided into some sections, it will interest you to want to read about this thing, because the points are already bold, like obvious
Thank you.
enough.
Thank you. That is it. Imagine you want to tell a story, you want to write a storybook, and you wrote everything in one paragraph. Nobody will want to finish that book. But if you talk about one thing in one paragraph, the person will want to know what will happen in the next paragraph once they finish that paragraph, because you give them a break. After finishing that paragraph, there is a break that, okay, the next idea now is in the next paragraph. So that is what this place is talking about. And this introduction is just 2 paragraphs. Please note, you should know something about paragraph. There is always small space at the beginning like this to show that this is a paragraph. It doesn't have to be small space, but this one is just, this last part is just a conclusion to paragraph 2. This one that starts with "to help you understand the paragraph given as examples" is just a summary of the whole thing, but it's a continuation of paragraph 2. So we have just 2 paragraphs here, not 3. Now let's do the topic sentence. That is where we'll stop today. The topic sentence. What is the topic sentence? I want someone to quickly read it for us in 1 minute.
Body.
Someone should read it for us. I've already explained it from the introduction, just for you to read what is here, and that is all. I've already told you about topic sentence, and then that we have, it can be in 3 places: beginning, at the end, and in the middle. So read it now. Someone who is there. Can we say man now?
Okay, ma'am.
Mr. Daniel, are you available or you are busy where you are?
I think he's busy, sir.
A lady should read, because we don't have time. Anybody available can read it.
You already know that any longer pieces of writing is divided into a number of paragraphs. Have you ever considered what a paragraph is? A paragraph is a piece of writing which is unified by a central controlling idea or theme.
Hold on.
This idea,
Everybody should read that. On mute. Everybody. Because this is a question you can't run away from in the exam. This one is not whether they are shouting your background or not. Unmute yourself. So let's go. 1, 2, go. Everybody.
Class.
a paragraph
A
is
paragraph,
a paragraph is a piece of writing
paragraph is
which
a piece
is
of writing
unified by
which
a
is
central controlling
by
idea or theme.
controlling idea or theme.
Please, this statement, chew it, swallow it, drink water on it, put it on your left hand. Is very important. Yes, move on. The person that is taking the reading.
Okay, this idea or theme is called the topic of the paragraph. It is sometimes expressed at some place in the paragraph by one sentence, which is usually called the topic sentence. This topic sentence may be a statement, a generalization, or a problem. This sentence is most frequently found at the beginning of the paragraph, but can sometimes comes at the end or even in the middle of the paragraph. Very often, there may not be a topic sentence at all, but it may be implied within the paragraph. However, at this stage, it may be useful for you to develop your paragraph by writing out your topic sentence.
Thank you. They say that very often there may not be a
Yes, sir.
topic sentence at all in a sentence,
At all.
in a paragraph, but you still get something within the paragraph that shows you that.
It may be implied
Mhm.
within the paragraph.
Then there is something mentioned, which I've mentioned before, that a paragraph can only have one topic sentence. Now, what is a topic sentence itself? You know, the first thing you've echoed the other time was the meaning of a paragraph. a piece of writing which is unified by a central controlling idea or theme. Now, let's read this together too. The meaning of a topic sentence.
This topic sentence may be a statement, a generalization, or a problem.
Fine. So this means that the topic sentence, your topic sentence can be a statement. Like now, if I want to write the topic sentence of my paragraph that I want to start writing now, I can use a statement for my topic sentence. My topic sentence can be a generalization, or it can even be a problem. I may pose a problem as the topic sentence. But there is a question that they normally ask. They will say, is it that it is obvious or something like that? Or it is certain that the topic sentence of a paragraph cannot be a dash. They will now put a statement, a generalization, a problem. Then the fourth option will be, what is that? Okay, interrogative statement. That is how the question is exactly in the question bank. It cannot be an interrogative statement. You are not interrogating anybody in the paragraph. So your topic sentence can only be a statement, a generalization, or a problem. Now, this is the foundation of this course. Today, you've learned about the meaning of a paragraph and, of course, the meaning of a topic sentence and the relationship between the two of them. I will drop questions that comes out on this particular part that we've done today in the Telegram group, so you guys can use it for interaction. You use it for interactive section, solve them, chat on them, and prepare yourself. Now, Gst102 is very sweet if you commit your heart to it. So, thank you for attending the class today. We'll continue
welcome, sir.
next week, Monday. Tomorrow is for another class.
Thank you for
very
taking us
much.
through.
You're
So
welcome.
much, sir.